Damn, are you nervous?
Yeah. I feel nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Video. YouTube.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to our sex tape.
Hey, what?
I was waiting for you to laugh. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna if you're new, and today I have a very special guest. What's your name?
Josh. Hi, I'm Josh.
And who are you?
I am your boyfriend.
Yes, you are. And what are we going to talk about today?
I think you said like relationships and all that.
Yeah.
Something about that.
Today we're going to talk about relationships. Because every time I ask on Instagram, what questions should I answer? Or like what type of video should I make? People always submit like relationship questions.
Oh, what?
So, yeah. I'm wearing all red with the red eyeshadow and the red lips for romance. So how long have we been a couple?
Over 3 years. We're hitting 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really long time.
Since 2016.
Do you feel like we have a healthy relationship?
I think so. I think we have a healthy relationship.
I think so too.
Yeah.
What about it makes it healthy, do you think?
Well, it definitely took some time. It's not like immediately it was healthy. I mean, like, I think I played my part of like kind of like trying to prove my side when we got in an argument. I try to defend my side as if like life and death.
Like, like you were really defensive when we first had arguments, like within the first year?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I also was like brooding a lot. I think brooding is a huge thing for me, where like I'm really quiet, and even if she asks me to like say something, I tend to like just be just like stonewall, just like nothing's coming out. But I think lately we are starting to, I think like we're more openly communicative. Like we're able to talk about what our feelings are, and even if we do get in an argument, we tend to find ways to, calm down a bit, and then we come together. Or something like that.
I remember like our first year of our relationship when I got mad at you and I would like start yelling, you would like leave.
Oh yeah, I would immediately leave. Because I would freak out.
But like now, like we actually like take some time to like cool down, and then we come back later and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's usually like very productive.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice.
I think it's very productive too, you know? You know, when we have a talk, we have a structure. It's not just like us yelling at each other. It's kind of like we understand each other, and we want to understand the other person, and then we kind of figure out, well, what's most helpful for you, or what can we do to make this better? And it took some time, but I feel like lately our arguments are really short and fast, and I like that.
So you think that healthy relationships have arguments in them?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I have my own beliefs and you have your own beliefs, and I think eventually that's gonna collide, right? Like it's like we're not always in sync all the time, and we're bound to do something that might hurt the other person. But I think what is important is to communicate that, then hold it in or brood over it, or just yell at the other person and stuff like that. It's having an environment where we can be open about it, and I think that's important in a healthy relationship, you know?
Yeah, I think so too. Like, because like when you argue, it shows that you actually care about understanding the other person's side, or like, I guess you kind of like care about the relationship because that's why you're arguing. Because if you didn't care, then you probably would just like not give a shit what the other person thought, you know?
Yeah. Like you have this reason to tell the other person that this is important and we need to talk about it. And yeah, like if you really didn't care about that person, one, you probably wouldn't even be in the relationship, or two, you wouldn't even have the argument because like it's not worth it.
Arguments as in like explaining each other's sides instead of like name calling and just being like, oh, you're a fucking asshole. You know, because those types of arguments aren't productive. But like when you're actually like arguing about something and then you like calm down and then you have like a discussion about it, then that's when it's productive.
Yeah, because there's unproductive and productive arguments.
One thing I know for sure about healthy relationships is that you're not supposed to hit each other.
Wait, hit each other?
Yeah, unless...
What the heck?
Like hit each other, like you're not supposed to like be physical.
Yeah, that's abuse.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we work really hard at our relationship, especially on those days where we have like arguments and stuff. But then like we also work hard by like showing each other that we love each other, and you know, trying to do things that align with our love languages. If you guys don't know what love languages is, there are 5 love languages: quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch. What's the other one?
Quality time? Did you say that?
Yeah, I said quality time. Oh, gift giving.
Gift giving. Okay.
So those are the 5, and you can take the 5 love languages test. We'll link it in the description box below, and you can see what way you experience love the most. Because sometimes when couples have issues, it's probably because like one of them doesn't feel like loved, and then like the other person feels like they're doing stuff, but then it's like maybe not in their love languages. Love is communicated differently among different people. So yeah, it's not just for relationships either, it's for like every relationship in your life.
Yeah, like friendships or even with your family and stuff like that. Right? Like for instance, I think I didn't know Liana really valued gift giving as one, and I'm not a type of person that would give gifts a lot. Sometimes I would do it, but it's not my main primary love language. Like mine is physical touch. So like that I love. Hey. But yeah, and then when she told me about it, I created this list of like all the things that she likes. Like she likes like Hershey bar chocolates. You like a lot of chocolate stuff. You like roses that are pink. There's these little snacks that she likes, and so when I'm out and about and I think of her, I'm like, oh, you know, I could give her a Sour Patch because she likes Sour Patch Kids. And so I bring it to her and she's like, oh my god, this is like amazing. And you know, I'm like, okay, like, I mean, this is not something I would enjoy, but I know she likes it. So I'm willing to show her love by getting her a little candy. And that's just that simple.
And that counts as gift giving. Like, it doesn't have to be like super expensive. Like, he doesn't have to buy me a new purse every month.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, like just like those random surprises of you know, like candy or like things that he knows I like. It's really sweet, and I really appreciate it because it shows that you're like thinking about me.
Yeah.
When you're out and about in the town. I keep thinking of that one episode of Friends where Phoebe tells Monica that she found her soulmate.
Oh yeah.
And then Chandler gets really insecure because he's like, oh fuck, like he's her soulmate, like we're married. And then Monica's like, I don't believe in soulmates, you know, I think you and I work really hard at our relationship, and I think that's what we do too. Like, I don't know if I believe in soulmates. I don't know. But yeah, do you believe in soulmates?
No. I mean, I think we had this conversation before about soulmates, and I think it was even in The Good Place too, where they had soulmates and stuff.
Oh yeah, and then in The Good Place, they eventually found out that, you know, there aren't soulmates in The Good Place.
That's just my personal belief, is that I don't think they're soulmates. I think soulmates are like this ideal person that we kind of wish that we would have. And then when we end up in relationships, we end up realizing that there's never that person that's always that ideal person. They're gonna have these flaws that you might not know about. That's what I think. I think soulmates aren't perfect, but you can find someone that is close to what you want in a partner, and then you gotta try to make it work. And if it's worth pursuing, then you just keep working at it together.
There's like definitely not one perfect person for everyone out there. Like, nobody's perfect, you know, like no relationship is perfect. Like, otherwise there would be like no arguments, nothing to argue over, and they'd be like happy-go-lucky all the time, and it's like totally unrealistic. We work hard at like resolving our arguments and like resolving our differences, and that just like makes the relationship like more valuable, I guess, because you've like worked hard at it and you like are still together, like even after all those arguments. Like
there's this mutual effort kind of to make it work and stuff like that.
And yeah, when like both of you put in like that much effort, then like it's healthy.
You know, it kind of makes me wonder if there's that line that's drawn between like too much effort.
I feel like it's only really excessive when like the amount of effort is like uneven. Like one person is putting in a lot of effort, but the other person's not really putting in that much effort.
Yeah, like it's one-sided kind of.
Yeah. Jealousy. How do you handle it when it comes up?
Oh man, I think that's one of the biggest things that I struggle with, is jealousy. Well, I guess it tends to pop up when I know you're hanging out with friends that are guys. And I feel kind of like shitty and guilty feeling that way, because I think we're all gonna have friends, and I wouldn't want to be that person that's gonna imprison her from hanging out with any person. Like, I think that's stupid, and I wouldn't want her doing that to me. and I think it's just my own insecurity. I think what helps me is knowing that I trust her and she trusts me, and getting that reaffirmation from her that she loves me and stuff like that. That's really helpful. But in the end, like, the only thing I can do is just handle what I do. So I like meditate, or I do just like my own hobbies. I just focus on just as if it's a normal thing, like a normal day of life, not dwelling on the jealousy. And if it gets too intense, that's where I journal, or I talk, or I wouldn't want to talk with a friend or a family member. But yeah, that's pretty much how I handle jealousy.
Well, I mean, I don't think you have anything to like be guilty over, because your feelings are valid, you know? Yeah, I get jealous too, and like I have to remind myself that I trust you, I love you, and you love me, and like you wouldn't do that to me. You wouldn't like do anything bad to me. Yeah, I think it's just like comes down to trust. I mean, as long as you feel loved, I feel like that trust can exist. Because like if you were like super neglectful of me and then you like went and hung out with like a woman, I'd be like, aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, jealousy is a very, very uncomfortable feeling. There's really like nothing to be jealous about ultimately, and like I feel like my rational side like knows that like there's nothing to be jealous of when you're hanging out with like one of your friends who are girls. But I feel jealous, and I think that feeling is something that I have to take responsibility for and just deal with on my own, because you know, you're entitled to hanging out with your friends whether or not they have vaginas. And you know, like my feelings are my own, and as long as you didn't give me any reason to be jealous, and I'm just feeling jealous because of myself, then like that's something I'm gonna deal with by myself.
You know, say as if you go out with your friends that are guys, and I have this insecurity of feeling jealous, right? And no matter how much you tell me that you love me and all that, I can let the jealousy take over me and not really believe what you're saying. But if I have this trust with Liana, with my girlfriend, that feeling will still pop up, but I feel like I can more easily let it go because I trust her. And it's just this thought that's popping in my mind, and this feeling that's popping up that's uncomfortable. Then I feel like it's much easier to face it. Yeah. Right?
When I said like not giving me a reason to be jealous, like it kind of reminds me of like my ex-boyfriend and like how he would never post me on his social media, right? And like to be fair, he like never posted anything or anyone. And I'm just like, okay, fine, like if you're not gonna post anything, then like you don't have to post me. But then there's this girl that I was like really jealous of, and I told him about it, and I think he thought it would be like funny or something to like make me jealous. And so he posted a picture with her, and I'm like, you never posted a picture of me, and now you're posting pictures with her and you barely even know her. And I was just like so freaking mad because he just did that to make me jealous. Yeah. Instead of like just hanging out with her and like innocently, you know, posting a picture. But he posted that picture to make me jealous. He admitted it when we broke up.
Oh shoot.
Anyway.
Yeah, that could definitely break trust by doing that.
Yeah.
That must have been rough.
I remember when we first started dating, you didn't want to make it Facebook official.
Yeah.
And like I definitely believe that like the happier the couple is, like they don't need validation on social media. They don't like need to constantly post pictures of themselves or like post pictures of the other person. One thing that I do find problematic though is like when a girl or like one person in the relationship is always posting the other person, but then the other person's never posting them. Like Khloe Kardashian and that dude who cheated on her.
Oh, did they have that type of relationship?
Yeah, she would post him all the time, and when you went on his profile, like he didn't post her at all, and he ended up cheating on her.
Oh, dang.
I mean, I guess like ultimately like social media doesn't mean anything. Like maybe he just doesn't want to post her or something. I don't know. Like maybe that's just me looking too much into it. But when I see that, that's like, bad vibes.
It's kind of like a red flag, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, but like obviously like it doesn't really mean anything. It just gives me vibes. You didn't want to put our relationship on social media because
I guess, well, one, I don't like the center of attention. I don't, you know, because once I post, it's kind of like this grand announcement that, oh, we're in a relationship. And then you get like hundreds of likes and they're like, oh my god, congratulations. And then in my past relationship, when I'd done that and then I put, oh, I'm single again, and everyone's kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry, I hope everything's okay. And it's like I don't like to be, like I said, be the center of attention. and I don't feel like people need to know. And the people that do know are the ones that I'm most closest to and love.
The people who like need to know.
Yeah, the people that need to know.
You know, I feel like before I would have been like offended by like my boyfriend not wanting to post me on Facebook, because then like I would see that as like him not wanting, or him being like
secretive, something, or
secretive, or like maybe he has a side hoe, or maybe he's like ashamed of me, you know, like maybe he doesn't want his family to know about me. And yeah, but like now I like totally agree with that, because like, you know, you don't need everybody to like know your business. And like the people who like need to know, like your closest friends and your family and your loved ones, like, or and they don't need to know, but like, you know,
you like for them to know. Those
are the people that you want to know. Like, because all the other people on social media, like, I don't really care if they know.
Yeah.
You know, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If we took more pictures together, I would definitely post you on my Instagram more. Because look at this face, man. Look at his face. I want him to be that way. But you don't like taking pictures.
No.
And also, you know, I don't feel like I need to validate this relationship on social media. So, yeah. So I don't feel like this need to like constantly post him. And plus, you like never post anything.
Yeah, I hardly post stuff. I try to stay off of social media because I get really addicted to it. Like, if I have a notification, I look at the notification, and then I somehow go back to my newsfeed, and then I'm just like, 10 minutes fly by like instantly, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing? And I turn it off. Yeah, I might have an addictive gene in me or something. So yeah.
No, don't worry about it. I'm like super addicted to like shopping. These are like speedy questions, so like answer with short answers.
Okay, I'll try to. Yeah.
What are the things that you most value in a partner?
Honesty and patience.
Okay, mine are loyalty and kindness. I'm like the most impatient person ever.
What? You're so patient with me.
Oh, because you deserve it, but nobody else does. What are some things that you most value in a relationship?
I guess time together. I guess quality time. Mm-hmm. And curiosity, I guess.
Communication and sex.
I feel like that should be mine because I'm a dude.
No, I feel like sex is definitely a really important part of a relationship. Emotional connection is good, but you also need good dick.
Babe.
Yeah, like how important is sex to you in this relationship? Like in any relationship?
No, I think it would be important.
Like what if I was like, oh, I'm saving myself for marriage, and like you're not saving yourself for marriage, so like wouldn't you be really frustrated?
That would be so hard.
Yeah.
I'd be masturbating a lot. But at a certain point I would get sick of it, and I'd be like, this is not gonna work. We need to have sex.
Yeah, and that's like totally fine, you know, like you have your needs and you're entitled to like needing things. Like just because you want sex doesn't mean you're like a douchebag who like wants pussy only. What are some things that are nice but aren't necessary in a relationship?
Tattoos and piercings and all that stuff. Like those are stuff that are appealing or sexually attracting to me. But it's not necessary. Right? Or we don't need to be interested in all the same things, but we need some interest.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say humor. Sometimes I feel like our humor doesn't align that well. Like, I've definitely met other people who are like hilarious. And I'm like, oh shit, why isn't Josh as funny as me? But honestly, like, I feel like, see, we're making each other laugh. Like, I feel like we've been in this relationship, like, long enough to, like, know how to make each other laugh. And, like, I really do enjoy your company, and, like, I laugh at your jokes, and you laugh at my jokes, and it just makes me feel really funny and validated, so. I mean, humor is there, but, you know, like, you don't need to be the funniest person in the whole world, I guess, is what I mean when I say it's, like, not necessary. Finding humor in things that aren't usually humorous, I guess, is like a pretty important part of a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Like to keep things like lighthearted and stuff.
Yeah, can you imagine if everything was serious? That would be so draining.
Yeah, I used to take myself like really seriously, and I still kind of do, but like, you know, it's like so much easier to just like chill and just like
yeah, and like go
laugh
sometimes.
at things. Yeah. Could you date someone that you weren't sexually attracted to?
I think it is possible.
Really?
It's just a little bit harder. Right? Because, okay, so there's a thing called proxemics.
Harder. Your penis.
That's what she said, huh?
Will not go up if you're not sexually. I'm just kidding. Anyway, what do you say?
Well, I feel like that comes after, like, man, I don't know.
Like, could you like be in a relationship with them? Like, could you date them? Could you like have sex with them? Could you go out on dates with them? Could you like love them, have babies with them? You know, like a relationship. Not like could you like fall in love with them, I guess.
Oh, maybe not. I mean, maybe like you can be in love, but I think eventually it might crumble at a certain point. But I also think of like the people, that are in relationships for such a long time that they hit a certain stage where they enjoy each other's company and they don't really care about sex as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know if they're just repressing it or something at a certain point, or they can't function. They're like, shit, we can't have sex, but we can talk. Like, but I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't think I could date someone who I'm not sexually attracted to. And like I feel like people aren't like ugly, like I feel like some people aren't like inherently ugly. Like I just feel like if someone appears like they don't take care of themselves or like they don't care about their appearance, then that's like that says something to me about like their ambition and their motivation in life, I guess, or like drive in life, that they have none to like not even be able to like take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So I guess that like connects to like something else. Yeah, maybe that's like why I really like muscular guys, because it shows that you're like really dedicated, and when you want something you can like go after it and achieve it.
Yeah, like they have this drive to do something, and that shows through their muscles because that takes time to develop.
Yeah, but I couldn't date someone who I wasn't sexually attracted to. I'm sorry, I'm like super vain, but that's just like the truth of it. And if people say that like looks don't matter, they're lying.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But then it makes me also wonder, like, there's a people you're like that you're lustfully attracted to, right? Like you see them at first sight, you're like, oh my god, I need that person in my life, or I need to be inside them. But then there's also those people where you don't know them, they're strangers, you click, you become friends, and then you kind of fall in love. You're like, oh, something about this person I like, and I can see myself in a relationship with them, and I think you eventually develop sexual attraction. And I think I could be wrong, but I think it's based on values, right? Like, she's as curious as I am, or she's as, compassionate and patient as I am. I love that about people, and she's awesome. And then you see her sexually attractive.
Oh yeah.
So I think it can be in an instant, or it can develop over time.
That's a nice answer. I'm super superficial. I'm like, no.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters like if they're conventionally sexually attractive. It's just like if I like never find them sexually attractive, then that's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, I don't think it will work. And plus, it could be just preference too. I think there's nothing wrong with wanting someone that's physically attractive. Like I think that's like a huge plus, like plus.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all the questions we're gonna answer today. Thank you for being on my channel.
No problem. Come here.
Lip gloss. That was Josh.
Yep.
If you don't already know, I started a podcast last month. It's called Legitimately Leanna, and I talk about things like relationships, friendships, toxic friends, dating, all that good stuff. So more details in the description box below. So if you want to check that out, please do. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!